Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome to August. Wow, I can't believe it is already the 8th month of the year. There are only about 5 more months left before we end 2018. And I don't know about you, but I just want to make the most out of the rest of my year. And to do that, I'll need to do a lot of planning. So come and join me in my plan with me. The theme of the month of August for my bullet journal was inspired by the season of autumn, and it is a rustic woodsy theme featuring deer. I'm not a pro at drawing deer, but I tried. I realized that I painted it on a little bit too thickly, so if you prefer that washed out look for your deer, you might probably don't want to lay it on too thick. Now I realized that it's a bit too plain for my cover, so I decided to paint some green hills at the background. I don't really like this green. It is a deep green and it is a bit too bright for my liking, so I washed it out with a bit of gray paint. And I kind of blended the paint with a bit more water so that it has this drip down effect from the mountains. Next, I'm taking a bit of my pastel paint and I'm painting on a silver moon at the background. Now I'm taking my fine tip pen and I'm drawing several trees in the background. The trees on the left are a bit too dense for my liking, so I'm going in with my white paint pen and I'm scribbling over that. Now because I kind of messed up the first page, I am taking my glue tape and I'm taping the two pages together. Now for my monthly spread, I am doing the same thing I did with the front page and I'm painting hills with the colors of deep green and gray. This month's theme was inspired by those warm autumn feels. Even though living in a country that does not have 4 seasons, I've never actually experienced autumn before. I've never ever seen snow either. I've only ever known very hot or raining. Those are the two kinds of weathers that frequent my country the most. But it's okay, I love Malaysia. Though I kind of really want to experience autumn or see snow in my lifetime, I know I will. Well, this spread kind of reflects my moods and that autumn feels. It's like a rustic, woodsy kind of theme with deer everywhere. Because I'm obsessed with deer next to pandas, deers are my favorite animals. If you are someone who prefers neat and straight lines, then you should probably use a ruler, but you guys know that I don't really have time to take accurate measurements, so I kind of suffered the consequences of having crooked lines. But if you prefer that kind of rustic thrown about look, then this will do. Now on a piece of watercolor paper, I am painting on Another little deer. This time I'm using my paint a bit more sparingly and I'm giving it that washed out look. So the colors I'm using are yellow ochre and brown. This deer is a bit of a lighter colored deer. Our female deer is called doe because I painted a lot more of male deers. I gave them a lot of antlers. I don't know, I just prefer antlers on deer. They look really cute. But this one is a Bambi, I think, a little Bambi without antlers. I'm not good at drawing eyes because I realized that if I draw eyes, my deer would be kind of ruined, so this one has no eyes. I like this deer. And of course, I need to create my drop shadows for each of the boxes. Now on my next page, I'm going to draw about 4 deer, so bear with me, they look really weird and I realized I cannot draw animals. I can't draw humans and I can't draw animals because their limbs look all weird and kind of elongated, not really pretty, not really natural. But that's the price I pay for not drawing them out first. So if you want to draw any deer, I recommend you look for a picture of a drawing of one and try to replicate that as best as you can. So I guess I've got my family of deer here, even though they're all male, because as you can see, I will add antlers to them. I don't know what is it with me and antlers. They make deer look so handsome, right? Antlers, you know, like when male deers want to mate, they fight each other with their antlers, and this can grab female attention. So I don't know, something about male antlers on deer kind of intrigued me. I know that sounds really weird, but well, the deer looks really handsome with antlers. So this theme was inspired by one of the songs that we sang at church last month, and it is As the Deer. You know that song? As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after thee. So that will be my blessings page, and the page on my left is my scripture page. I don't know, but there's something about me and drip down watercoloring. You know that I am a very, very messy person. If I were to show you my desk, oh no. My desk is a mess, and you can probably tell by my DIYs and my bullet journaling, my watercoloring techniques that I am a messy person. Because I like things to look pretty, but I'm also not really good at tidying up. And a lot of my artwork could kind of demonstrate that. In a way, my artwork depicts my messiness. Like you can see, the blob on the bottom is just like a blob of my messy brain. I've kept this one a doe because I realized I have too many male deer. So no antlers for you. Now on the page on the right is like kind of a wise old deer at the bottom right hand corner. I got inspiration from this from Pinterest. So if this deer looks the best of all the deer that I painted, then that is why. So the page on my left is my brain dump page. Basically, I will just write down anything that comes to my mind, any thoughts that I want to list down, any ideas for articles on my blog, or video ideas on my channel, anything that I want to remember, I will put it on my brain dump. And this current page that I'm painting now, I am going to turn it into my very first habit tracker. Yep, I've been seeing too many of those everywhere and they all look so pretty that I just decided I would like to track my own habits. Even though I have an app for that already, it's called Dailyo. It tracks not only habits but moods as well, so you can see they have it all in stats. When like every month they will calculate your average mood and then it will show your moods in a year in a bar graph. The habits that I'm tracking are when I do my DIYs, when I exercise, when I write for my blog, and when I study. But yep, there's other habits that I'm gonna track this month. Moving on, I am creating my series tracker. I'm doing the same thing with the hills and the trees. Watching Downton Abbey again for the fourth time in 2 years because I am not over that show. That show was like my therapy 2 years ago. It kind of made me happy and relaxed to watch it, so I always go back to that show. You know, everyone has that show that you always go back to, and Downton Abbey is that show. I can't wait for when the movie comes out next year. Oh. Great, so my last page is my August highlights. As you can see, I made a very stupid mistake. I used a stencil made out of the same type of paper and used a lot of water to fill out that stencil, and you guys can see how I paid for that mistake. But no worries, I touched it up as best as I could. I took my gold paint pen and I basically dotted the entire outline of the deer, and this is how it turned out. Great, now I am done with my August bullet journal plan with me, and here is a flip through. It's time to revisit July with me. So if you remember from my previous plan with me video, the theme for my month of July was a galaxy, and more specifically nebula jars, because you know, I like to keep my galaxies all bottled up in little nebula jars. And let's begin. So this is my monthly spread and it's all filled in. Cool. Of course my blessings log is full for the month. There's just so many things that I can thank God for, and there's so many things that I don't ever want to forget, even the tiniest little bits of good news that I want to remember. It's all here. And my brain dump page, I didn't really pen down a lot of my thoughts, but I did write little snippets here and there, my crumbs of thought. And expenditure page. Yes, at first when I created this page, I was afraid that the bottles would be a bit too small. But as it was, I didn't really go out much this month. So I kind of was able to fit in everything. My scriptures page. The scriptures that spoke out to me most this month was John 15 verse 1 to 2, Psalms 37 verse 4, and Psalm 66 verses 19 to 20. Lastly, on my plan with me, I have my series trackers where I keep track of all the series that I watched in the month. And now it's time to move on to my July highlights. Okay, many wonderful things happened to me in July, and I'm ready and excited to show you. So of course I have my important dates, birthdays and such, and a picture of when I went to the photo booth at the movies when I watched, you guessed it, the premiere of Mamma Mia. Here we go again. So the story went like this. I did a contest and I won 2 tickets to watch the premiere screening of Mamma Mia. Here we go again. And if you want my opinion, guys, you have to watch it again and again and again and again. And it was so magical. Guys, you have to watch it. That is my comment, you have to watch it. And of course I journaled about it. And this little spot here is reserved for when I watch the movie again. It's just the right size for a movie ticket. Alright, here is my first weekly spread. This one I went all out. I even wrote a small section with the recipe for wholemeal bread that I've baked a few times this month. And also the movie ticket for when I watched The Incredibles 2. So all of these are the days of the month. And of course, the quote, dream bigger, because God has no limits. Here I went pastel because in week 1 I went for more of a darker theme. Now this is more of a pastel theme. And of course the movie ticket for the movie Ocean's 8. Let me know if you prefer to see more of my dark theme or more of a pastel, lighter, cooler theme. Moving on, here is my week 3. I stuck to more of a purple toned spread. I didn't add the blue here. Moving on, here is when I journaled a little bit. I made notes from Michelle McKinney-Hammond's book. And these are mainly about relationships, loneliness, how to battle loneliness, and also doing things your way or God's way. Basically is when you decide to stick to God's timeline for whatever He wants you to do in your life. And of course the desires of your heart section. Because I'm going back to uni in July, so I created a little page for the plans and goals that I have when I go back to uni. And of course a little section for all the calendars and important dates for my second semester. And here is my spread for the 4th week of July. I went with a more minimalistic theme. Let me know if you like this one better. And last but not least, I have my page for my month in review. This is where at the end of the month I'll be writing a short review of how my month went and my expectations for the future. Just wrap it all up, you know? So that is it. Thank you for watching my plan with me for August. I hope you liked watching my flip through for July. Let me know what themes you'd like me to do next time. And as always, I'll see you at the next video.